Hi guys, today's video is going to be building the Bronco, the OV10 Bronco. But first, let me wish you all a happy new year for 2024. Hope everything's alright with everybody. We're back in Australia now. Spent 3 months in Thailand. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But anyway, first of all, we're going to build the Bronco fuselage. In the past, I've had quite a bit of trouble when I've put the hooks in. The hooks that we use for using the clip system. Not being totally lined up, and then when you try and line up the matching former, I've had a lot of trouble. I've had to file out the slots and this sort of thing. So I've decided to try a new idea, and this is to put the hooks in the relevant former, and then hook the two formers together before I actually glue the hooks into the former. Slide the formers together, make sure everything's fitting okay, and then a dab of glue, just making sure that this glue doesn't go seep through onto the other former and glue the formers together. So we'll just wipe that off quickly. Yeah, it's still loose. So now I can separate these. Come on. Yeah, now I can separate these. It's always harder to separate these when they're not in the fuselage, because you've got nothing to hold on to. So now I've made sure that they line up. Now I can totally glue these hooks in place. I'm just going to run a bead of glue around each hook. Okay, so we've now got these two hooks in place, and the former fits really nice. Now, no filing, because sometimes if you don't get these hooks in square, they're a little bit off square, they won't line up with the slots in the other former. So that's really nice now. And also, the new hooks have got a little, if you can see that, yeah, they've got a little tab on the hook, and in the former there's a little slot, if you can see that there, which allows the hook to only go in one way. So you can't get the hook upside down, as I've done many times, and you can't get the hook in the wrong way in the former, as I've done many times. So the hook will only go into the former one way, which makes life a lot easier, as I'll show you. So we can put the hooks in this one now. Oh, that's a bit tight. Okay, now we can get the other former into place. So slide the former into place, so now I've got that. I can just run, in fact it was so good the last time. This is actually quite thick, is the CA glue is quite thick, so it's not likely to seep through and glue the other former. It's still moving, so you can see that it's still moving. So it's not glued, this glue hasn't gone through, so I'll just separate the two. So once these formers are in the fuselage parts, they're much easier to separate the hooks. Okay. Once again, we can only get the hooks in one way. 1, 2, 4. Again, make sure they slide in well, which they do. Accelerator. Just check, make sure that's sliding okay, which it is. I think I can safely leave that there. Again, we can check to see, make sure, yep. Okay. Okay, now then, this is fuselage. This is fuselage 2, and this is where the retract fits. You just have to trim out this part here. Around. You can either trim this out with a knife or with a soldering iron, hot gun, whatever. sure if that bit there has to be cut out or not, I think. Not sure. I'll leave it there for now. Not sure if it has to be cut out, that piece there has to be cut out or not. But anyway, that's that piece cut out there. We'll also have to cut out these bits here for the servos to go through. This is the mounting block for the retracts. 2 slots there, which line up with the tubes, and that slides in like so. Yes, so I'm not going to glue that in. I'm going to fit the formers first. So this former is former 2, F2, into the fuselage tube. So I'm going to glue that in place. I always glue myself up when I'm doing this. I often wonder if it's better to put the glue inside the fuselage part or on the former itself. I put more glue on my fingers than I do on the job itself. The idea, wherever you can, is to put the pad on the bench, roll it around to make sure it doesn't stick to the bench. Can't do that. You can't put it on the bench with the opposite side, because the opposite side's got the hooks. So one. This again. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to always test fit the formers into the part. Good idea to always check, make sure the former fits first before you go. Hi, video. So now, again, make sure that the former is sitting right into the fuselage part. I can hold it down on there. There we are, seated nicely up against the shoulder. Okay, now we have fuselage 3. This is F3 former. Again, we'll test fit that. Make sure it fits. Like that. Any excess. And just make sure that the former is right down to the shoulder. Excuse me, the shoulder. Fuselage 4. And we need F4 former. Fits nice. I'm just using the cheap Hobby King CA super glue, whatever you want to call it. But I guess you can use whatever kind of super glue that you can get in your part of the world at the right price. I know in the USA, in America, you guys have many more outlets for buying cheap things. I think it's Walmart. Is it Walmart? No, I can't remember. But I know you guys have got places in America where you can buy these sort of things awful cheap, a bit like buying the foam board, the Dollar Tree foam board, $1 a sheet. Mind you, with the prices today, I would imagine that's probably gone up. It's probably not Dollar Tree, it's probably $5 tree foam board now. But anyway, that's the stuff I am using for this. When I can, and now Hobby King are useless. I've not been able to buy. I did actually buy quite a few tubes of this and kept it in the fridge. And this is the Hobby King accelerator. But I notice we can't buy. Hobby King never has any stock of anything these days. So very difficult to get. So I've had to find another source for my super glue and accelerator. Okay, now we can look at gluing the other formers in place. Separate the glue. F5. Yep, good fit. The camera switched itself off for some reason. I think ran out of battery. But anyway, that's the former glued into that section. Yeah. Again, check, make sure the former fits. Which it does. Again, we're going to open the table, move it around, so glue it to the table. the form is right up to the shoulder. Okay, so I think that's all the formers glued in place. Now we're going to glue in these are the wing holding formers. It's marked right and left, although you can't get them wrong. We're going to glue them onto the side of, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, Fuselage 5. And then these parts then will go into the wing and slot on, and then the screws will come up and hold the wing in place. So we'll go ahead and glue these in. Make sure that this is seated well down into place. Then we're going to do the same thing with the left hand side. The guides there for the servo leads to go through. Okay. Now the tail section can either be glued in place, or we can look at the reason to put some screws, 4 screws, to hold that tail section in place. Again, if we have a part damaged, say for instance the tail section gets damaged, we can simply screw it up and fit a new piece. I'm not sure what I'll do there. I prefer to glue it in place, but anyway, we'll see. Sections 2 and 3, we'll glue them together. Level, and again we can just, to make sure that's true, we can slide in a couple of 6mm. You can use 6mm carbon fibre rod, but I use the arrow shaft, 6mm and 8mm arrow shafts, which tend to be quite a bit cheaper than the carbon fibre tubes from the hobby shop. And of course these tubes through the fuselage and through the wing not only lock the parts together, they add a certain amount of strength to the fuselage. Okay, so now we can lock the parts together. We've already tried these, they should fit together well. As they do. And then we can slide through the carbon fibre tubes. That will lock all these parts together. Now the parts can't slip out, they're all locked together. So if I slide that through there and through there, I should be able to, and there we are, that's the fuselage. Now, before I go any further, we'll test this is the hatch, which sits on there like so, held on with magnets. It looks like it's quite a good fit. So there are just 3 sections that with this that are glued together. 1, 2, 3 So we'll just glue the 3 sections together. Okay, that's all for now. That's for the fuselage. Okay, that's all for now. See you in the next video. Bye for now.